Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, Lupita.
Maestro, ahí no se le fue la internet a usted.
¿Cuándo?
Marina dice que ahí en sus casas no hay internet.
Oh, pues sabe que ha estado batallando un poco ahora, pero no se fue. Pero sí está batallando un poquito.
Oh, okay.
Sí, pero no se me ha ido.
Oh, no se ha caído la red. Como dice su hermana, como decía su hermana.
Mi hermana, sí, se cayó la red. Pues a quién le cayó, no, así se dice.
Oh,
Cuando no sabía cómo se decía.
ajá. Ay.
Ando haciendo algo aquí. Nearly up to date for lunch.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi, everybody. Buenas tardes.
Hello, hello, hello.
I am Jackie.
Ahora no hay café, pero hay agua de Jamaica.
Oh, qué suave. ¿Y los panecitos?
Oh, eso se están haciendo.
Ah, bueno.
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Vasquez.
Yes, 20. Ay. Diez, 20, 20, 20. ¿Cuántos nuevos entraron, maestro?
Pues fíjate que están apuntados y todo, pero no han venido a la clase.
¿A las cuántas veces los quitan del...?
A los quitan automáticamente a las 4 veces que ya no vienen.
Ay, ok. ¿Quién es? ¿Quién es? ¿Quién es? ¿Y cómo está Nelly?
Bien, estamos muy bien todos, gracias.
Pero no se enfada de estar encerrado.
Ah, no, ahí con sus juegos y con sus cosas, ahí está en su cuarto todo el día jugando y... No, pues es que la pasa jugando. No le ha afectado.
Pero no van en la mañanita, no van a raitear la bicicleta.
No,
¿En
porque
the morning?
yo entro a las 7, yo bien.
Oh, de veras. No me acordaba de la otra clase que tiene.
Y no, mi esposa entra a las 8, so seguiditos estamos.
Oh, oh.
¿A dónde nos quedamos?
Nos quedamos en la página 110.
110.
Ajá.
Déjame ver entonces qué tenemos.
And then
Es la de Insurance Premium Worksheet, que es lo que estamos haciendo. No, ya la habíamos terminado, esta que no.
entonces el 13, we don't have nothing to do on that one.
So,
Number 13.
déjame ver. Ya estamos en el 111 entonces. International Moving Company, esa es la que no hemos
Okay.
hecho. Vamos a checar preview. Sí, porque esa de Aileen.
Terminamos hasta el 13.
El 13 y empezamos esta de Sales Summary Worksheet. No se me hace que no. Al 110 estamos, está bien.
Ajá.
Sí, ese es el último assignment del Module 2.
Oh.
On page 110, lab number 2, Sales Summary Worksheet. Esa no la hemos hecho, la de los meses y...
Lab.
International
No,
Moving Company,
la
Financial
no la
Needs
hemos
Data.
hecho.
No, esa, la lab 2 no. Hicimos el de Aileen, the last one.
Ajá.
All right, so I don't know if we're ready. I miss it. We can wait a couple of more minutes to see if anybody else. Aló, Alma, ¿cómo está? Bien, ¿ya regresó de donde andaba de viaje? ¿O no? ¿Todavía anda de viaje? Ah, sí, cierto, perdón. La semana anterior es donde andaba de viaje. Esta semana estuve en el hospital, sí, me dijo de que ¿cómo ha seguido bien o sigue? Qué bueno, qué bueno. Espero que no sea nada serio. Ajá. No, sí, esa operación que se tiene que hacer inmediatamente, esas cosas. Ujú. ¿Quiere que se lo mande otra vez? Sí, ajá, no, es que sabe que lo que pasa es de que ahorita mi hijo traía el teléfono, apenas se lo quité. Este niño me lo quita cuando se les cargan los de él. Déjeme lo mando inmediatamente. Okay. Vale, pues, bye bye. Deme un momentito que estoy mandando el link. Oh, ahí está. Ok, era Alma, no tenía el link, se lo acabo de mandar. A ver qué. se lo mandé. All right, let me get to the office page. Yo inmediatamente, en cuanto mi micrófono aquí, sí. Ok. Yo en cuanto abro Office, inmediatamente tengo un shortcut para el Office. So, rápido entro al Office.
Yo lo tengo bookmark arriba en el
Sí, es buena idea hacerlo bookmark, así ya se pone
y
inmediatamente.
aquí voy abriendo el Zoom y a la mano derecha abro el
¿Saben que hay que prender mi luz? Porque estoy muy oscuras aquí. Se me figura. Ahí está.
¿Quieres ir, China?
Ok, so, qué bueno que esperamos porque ya están llegando más. Ya llegó Alma, llegó ¿quién más? Jorge, 2 conexiones. Ok, so vamos a empezar entonces en la página 110, 110. It's at the bottom, it says lab number 2, sales summary worksheet is called. And usually, one of the things about Excel is you have a problem, and the idea of Excel is to solve the problem. Okay, in this case, the problem, and look at what it says here, you have been asked to build a worksheet for international moving company that analyzes the financing needs for the company. I'm sorry, for the company's first year in business. So it's a brand new company. The company plans to begin operations in January, with an initial investment of $750,000. The expected revenue and costs for the company first year are shown on table 2.7. The desired worksheet is shown in figure 273, which is, you see how our worksheet was going to look on page 111? That's how it needs to look when we're done, okay? That's the desired worksheet is over there. The table that we're going to use is on 2.7. They just giving us the month, the incomes, and the expenses, and we have to make it look like the one on next page. So it's going to be really challenging. The initial investment is shown as the starting balance, okay? And cell B4. If you look at on page 111, look at cell B4. That's where you see the $750,000. The amount.
Excuse me, can you move the office, the sheet, that one you have on the computer?
Move it, move what, Lupita?
Yeah, we can. Still have the Excel?
Yeah, my Excel is right here. We haven't really started. I'm just barely reading the instructions. But the amount of financing required by the company is shown as the lowest ending balance in cell F18. So if you look on cell F18, the minus 546,639. That's the one F18. That's the ending balance. So they started with a lot of money, but their expenses went higher than actually the. So meaning that this company is losing money. Okay. So let's perform the following task. It says. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. We don't have the theme, so we're not gonna apply any theme. We're just gonna go to start a new workbook. Okay. So I'm in my office dashboard. The home, you know, when I click, that's the one it shows me. And I'm gonna click on Excel. And here it is. So I'm ready to start a new Excel, new blank workbook. Okay, so now we're gonna start with the blank workbook. Okay, so there it is. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. I usually make it 150 zoom in. Okay, there it is. And it says number 2. I'm on number 2 on page 111. Says enter the worksheet title. And what is the title? International Moving Company. So on A1, we're gonna put International Moving Company. So let's go ahead and do that together. International Moving Company. That's what we're gonna put on A1. And in A2 is the subtitle. You notice that all these worksheets that we create have a title and subtitle. Our subtitle is Financing Needs. All right, so see, it says okay, we're ready to go to row number 3. Row number 3. And it says in row number 3, enter the column titles in row 3, shown in figure 273. Use the Alt Enter to start a new line in a cell. I don't get this, what they want, but oh yeah, okay, on A. Okay, I see what they want us to do. Okay, so let's start with the rows first. For row number 3, the titles are month. So let's start with the word month. Right there. And then on the next one, look at, we need to put the starting balance. How do we do that? I'm just gonna do it and see if you guys remember.
I remember you, after starting, you press the Alt and the Enter key, and it takes you to the second row.
Okay, so it doesn't tell us how to do it, but I think it says Alt Enter there, but it doesn't really tell you how to do it. So it's meant to be a refresher. You guys should know how to do it now. All right. And then the next one.
How do you make it double square like that when it says a starting balance?
Remember how we did it last time? No?
No.
You press Alt Enter. Alt Enter to accomplish it. And then we'll do it again over here on this thing. So when I press that, I go Alt Enter. Instead of pressing Enter, I press Alt Enter, and it gives me the
Okay.
goes Enter to the bottom of this thing.
Got it. Thank you.
All right, so there you have it. Those are the title they want us to do. This is on a step. I just completed a step number 3. on page 111, okay? So 1, 2, and 3 should look like what you see on my screen. I can just zoom in more so you guys see it here.
Go.
So you got on A1, International Moving Company. On A2, Financing Needs. And on A3 is month, and then starting balance, incomes, expenses, net, and ending balance. Now it says to so we're gonna now number 4. Enter the financing needs data described on table 2.7 in cells A, C, D in rows 4 through 15. After the initial starting balance in cell B4 of $750,000, enter the row titles in the range A16 and A18 as shown in figure 273. I don't know what they want us to do first. That's so strange. I guess we can do the months next. Remember how we do this? We do the first month and see if anybody remembers how to do the rest of the months.
Type the first one and then pull it down.
How do we do what, Lupita?
Type the first month,
Mm-hmm.
and then on the right on the corner they have a little point. You can go down.
Exactly. We grab the little square right here, and then we go down to what is it? 15. That should do all the months for us, okay?
Okay.
And then we can do the balances here, starting with the first balance. So we're gonna put the first balance only. Okay. The rest of them are gonna come out automatically. Now we can put the incomes and the expenses. You can actually, on the 750,000, just type the 750,000 on B4. I'm going by what I see on page 111, okay? Because it says to use that reference. And then I'm ready to do the incomes. The incomes are listed on page 110. Okay. Let me type them. Just the way they have them, you have to type them exactly the way they have them. Don't worry about periods or anything at this point. Just type it exactly the way they have it for the first month. Incomes is 120.
Just type the number, no commas, no point.
No, nothing. It says just to type it like that.
Oh, okay.
See how I'm typing it? Just like that.
Can you make it a little bigger because I can see the numbers? And right here in my book, I can see either because my eyes is blurring.
Your eyes. Okay, here we go. I made it a little bigger, maybe a little.
Yeah, it's fine, like that.
There?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we got the second one in March now.
$7.50. How many zeros? One, two, three, four. Okay.
Okay, so those are all the numbers, okay, for the income. I'm gonna expand this a little bit so I can do the expenses. Hopefully they don't get in the way, okay. I'm gonna start with the expenses. Don't get confused, okay? You have to type them exactly, otherwise your figures are gonna be different than my figures.
Zero, 9, 7, 91. 11, 10, 10, 9, 5, 1, 120,
Tuve que hacer mi Lupita porque me estaba confundiendo cogiéndola. 126. Okay, the rest of it we're gonna get it by using formulas. So I'm not gonna worry about the other ones, okay?
The starting balance also, Mr. Vasquez?
No, the starting balance we have to type it. It's seven. Is the business? This business started a year ago with 750,000. With a small amount or $750,000.
So we have to type it from one
Yeah.
all the way down? Okay.
No. Just put 750,000 right there. 750,000. That's it. The other ones we're gonna get them automatically as we add and subtract the add the incomes and subtract the expenses. You'll see right now they're gonna give us a formula to do that. So let's just start with that first.
Mr. Vasquez, a check February and the expenses, you put one extra number.
Yeah, on February, yeah. I see that. So it's 138. I have an extra 8. No, I have an extra 1. I'm not even gonna I'm just gonna type it again. Sometimes it's just easy to retype it than trying to figure out the error.
On the expenses, do you make number D wider?
Yeah, but don't worry. I did it so not to get you confused because some of you are copying from my screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Because they were too close together. Okay. There's something here. Give me 1 second here. Let me go back to the screen. Oh no, you guys have the right screen. Let's see. Let me know when we're ready to continue, okay?
I already figured out the next step.
Thank you. We're too slow for you, Maria.
I'm learning.
Let me,
Are we doing the starting balance?
yeah, the 750,000, that's the only one that we're going to do. The rest of them are going to be done through a,
So we're not doing those though.
Maestro, ¿en cuál month está round number?
no, ya está arreglado, están arreglados ya.
¿Ya?
Sí.
Ok. Porque yo lo hice type the same you're typing.
Ok, está bien. Ahorita vamos a ver si están bien.
Ok.
Puede que tenga otro error, no estoy seguro. ¿Verdad?
¿Cuál era? Income.
Oh, sí.
12.
That's not what I need.
Nelly se quiere meter a...
Así es.
Hasta acá lo oigo. Pobrecito. Ya
Ay,
está bien grande, ¿no?
ahí anda, sí.
Ay.
D2L.
Halo.
Thank you. This blank canvas. This is D2L.
Mr. Vázquez,
Sí.
el balance ese, ¿lo vamos a copiar o lo vamos a hacer en fórmula?
Lo vamos a hacer con fórmula, todos los demás.
Ah, ok, nomás
¿Ya
el
estamos
income
listos?
y el expenses.
Are we ready to start or no?
Yes.
I'm ready.
If anybody needs more time, let me know, okay, so we can have more time.
I'm ready.
Okay, so look at what we need to do. We're now on step number 5, it says here. Well, before we finish on 4, we need to do one more thing on 4. Other than enter the 750,000, it says to enter the row titles in the range A16 and 17 and 18. So over here on A16, let me scroll down a little bit. On A16, we need to type average. And then on 17, highest and lowest. Okay. So we added those at the end. Average, highest, and lowest.
Average. Average. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Average. Max. Min. Average.
All right, so for number 5, look at what we need to do for number 5. We need to get the ending balance for each month. So the first month they started with $750,000. They had an income of 120,000. No, 1,209,000 with $81. And then they have expenses of 1,262,000 but 911. So this is what we need to do to come up with the ending balance. We're gonna go equals this, which is the starting balance, and then we're gonna add the incomes, this part right here, and then we're gonna subtract the expenses. Okay, so that's the formula. Well, let me make sure. Let me enter, and it's the same formula: 696, 170 exactly. All right, so this is the formula here for the ending balance.
Okay, equals 3, 4, 4 plus 4.
But teacher, I think you're doing it wrong. You have to do the starting balance first. You're doing the ending balance right now. For number 5, first we need to do the starting balance.
The starting balance is 750,000.
No, I mean to do all the rest.
right here, it's on B4. You're gonna put 750,000. That's your starting balance. Okay, so on this is our starting balance right here, and this is our ending balance.
696, 696, 170.
That should be the ending balance. Okay.
Yes.
And that's the end of the first month. Now for February, we need to, our starting balance for February, guess what? It's going to be the ending balance for the previous month. So how can we transfer this over here? We don't have to type it. Look at what we need to do. We just put equals, and then we click on this. That's it. As I press enter, that will be the starting balance for the month of February.
Oh.
Can you tell me again how you did the ending balance?
The formula right here. The formula is nothing but just we started with B4, which is the starting balance, and then we added the income and we subtracted the expenses. So plus C4 and minus D4. So equals to B4, which is the starting balance, plus we added the C4 and then we subtracted the D4. And then the ending balance for the first month, it will be the starting balance for the second month. So here we need to do the same formula again.
Equals.
So we can do equals, and it's going to be the starting balance, which was the starting balance here, is going to be this one, B5, minus, or I'm sorry, plus the incomes for the month, and then minus the expenses. Okay. And then when you press enter, we should have 478, 100. So let's check. 478, I have 800, so I have a mistake here somewhere. 478, 100 should be the one. So let me check what I have wrong here. 116, I see my mistake right here.
B5.
Yeah, my 5. It should be an 8. All right, so this should be an 8. 116, 38, 11.
B5.
So that will be correct one.
Right.
And as you can see, our formula works. It's correct. So we can just either copy the formula down, or if you want to practice, you can continue doing it.
Mr. Vasquez,
Yes.
when I put mine on the balance, I put the formula in there and it gives me a little green arrow on the left side and it says value and it won't give me a total.
Go ahead and delete it and try it again. Type it exact. You're talking about the month of February or
January.
Okay, let me see. Delete it and then type it the way I have it. Make sure you have the 750,000 first, okay?
Okay.
Because it might give you an error if there's no amount right here. So it's B4 equals B4 plus C4 minus D4. And look at on all of them, it's going to be the same thing. So this balance right here that I have on what is it? F5 is going to go right here. So all I have to do here is just go equals F5 and then press enter, and it should put the previous balance. So now this is going to be the previous one. See? So the formula once again is going to be equals the starting balance for March plus the incomes for the month, and then minus the expenses. Should be 497, and I'm checking. I have another amount wrong here. Let me check. My numbers that were not perfect. So 1300660, 1300660, and then 125. 0143. No, my numbers are right.
Ha de ser algún número porque yo me equivoqué también ahorita.
Ya me equivoqué, no me sale la segunda.
Pero
B5.
fue porque puse mal el número, pues.
Let's check. Yeah, me, I have an error on March.
So,
My February is correct. My March
Okay.
is wrong. So let me see why it's wrong.
yeah, how do you do B5?
I'm not worried about the net right now. Okay, the nets we're not doing. We're just doing the ending balance and the beginning, the starting balance. So let me see here. So I'll be 1300, 660.
B5. No.
125, 0143. Oh, that's strange. Let me just do the next one really quick to see if it's gonna continue giving me an error.
It gives.
Give me 1 second. Let me do this one, and I want to see if I'm getting the same error again. 517. Yep.
Y otra vez.
And the next one is
25.
here's where the error is. 478. You know, that's just strange because I have mine is correcto. I don't know why it's doing that error, but mine looks correct. The numbers and everything. Anybody else has a different amount here, or you guys have the same thing?
No he chequeado yo.
I'm lost.
Raimundo, you're lost on what step right here? Tell
Oh,
me.
no. On the February, I type whatever you say and it comes up the wrong.
I'm showing the formula. Is that the formula you have?
That's B5 plus C5 minus
No, it's,
D
first don't forget it's equals B5 plus C5 minus D5.
minus D minus, okay, I was gonna try it again.
Yeah, don't forget the equal sign because then it won't give you the correct.
That equals.
How did you get the February starting
B5,
balance?
I'll show you right now. You're done, Raimundo?
C5, not yet.
So it's equals
C5 minus
D5.
D5.
And then
And
press
then
enter.
enter, right?
Yeah, press enter.
No, it gives me minus 1.2 E plus 0.7. So I'm doing something
Wait
wrong.
a minute, Raimundo. This is what we need to do first class. Look at on the first one on B4. We have to put 750,000 because that's the starting balance. That's the
Okay,
money that they started the business with.
correct.
And then we put this amount separately. So the first one, we did the formula equals B4, meaning the 750,000 plus the C4, the income, minus the D4, the expense for the month.
Correct. I have that one right.
Now, when we did that one, this is the amount we come up with, 696,170. That amount should be right here, but it says not to type it. It says to use a cell reference only. So look at what I'm typing here. I'm just cell referencing this, meaning that February is going to be equals to the ending of January.
So I gotta type that.
So equals
F4?
F4, yeah, the previous one right here.
Okay,
This
that's
one.
what I'm missing then.
Okay. And then I do the next one, the same thing. So equals B5, which is this reference cell, plus C5 minus D5.
Okay,
Same thing.
think
And this one was correct, 478, 100. The next one is the one where I got the error. So my March starting balance is gonna be my February ending balance. So see, notice it's the same, 47, 8100, 47, 8100. So right here, I need to do the same thing. I'm gonna reference that, B6 plus C, oh, here's my error, look at, I have the wrong key, the wrong cells. You see this?
Ay, maestro, me estoy volviendo loca.
No. I click on the wrong cell, so it's 6 and
Es sí.
D6. And D6.
Ajá. Con razón, a mí tampoco me salía.
Okay, so yeah, that's my error right here. So look at 528,
Sí, ajá.
326. Well, yeah, that's correct. And then 528, 617. Correct. You know what? It was my mistake. I'm sorry about that. I click on the wrong cell. This says to copy the formulas, but I'm thinking that it's better if we actually create the formulas, because it allows you to practice this thing, to understand how we're doing it. If I just copy it, se va a pasar like, it's going to go in one ear and it's going to come out of the other one, because we're not really practicing this thing. That's why I wanted you to type them the way I'm typing them. I made a mistake, sorry. I'm human and I make mistakes too. So, all right. So this is correct now. My ending for April is correct. So this one it has to be referenced right here. I'm not typing these numbers. Remember, these numbers are only formula. Look at. See. So for May, it's gonna be equals to what? The April ending balance. What is the April ending balance? Who cares? It's just F what? F7. So you don't even have to know. You just have to put F7. So if I put F7, it automatically is going to add that number. Look at 548, 326. Because we're not typing the amount. We're typing the reference. Why? Because if it changes, then it will adjust automatically. That's the reason for doing it this way, for using cell references instead of the actual amount. So right here, the same thing. I'm not typing 548, 326. I'm typing equals whatever is on cell B8 plus whatever is on cell C8, and whatever is in, minus whatever is on cell D8. Right? So that's how we do the formula. I'm sure if you type it a couple of times, it's the same thing. We're repeating it. I'm not doing anything new. I'm just repeating the formula. Just make sure that you put the correct cell references. F8, see? So my June starting balance is going to be the same as my ending main balance. Do you understand? That's how it is. Hey, why I didn't do it? Okay, there it is. It took a while. So right here, I'm going to go equals again. The June beginning balance or starting balance plus the expenses, the income for the month minus the expenses for the month. And I'm looking at the numbers. All my numbers are matching now. To make no more mistakes. Okay. So the same thing on the next one. Raimundo, did it work the way you did it, or you need me to go back and show something else?
It still worked, but then again, I think I make another mistake. I had the 47, 80, 478, 100.
Uh-huh.
And then I gotta go to do the next one, I think.
Yeah, do one at a time. This is a very, very good practice to understand how the formulas work. Okay.
Okay.
Where is it? No hay problema, está bien. All right, so it's simple. Just understanding what we're doing. Don't forget, the beginning balance of each month is the ending balance of the previous month. Just that. Try to make it make sense to you. If you understand it that way, it's easier. Okay.
Yeah, I think I got it. I just gotta.
And that's how it is in a regular business. You build on the previous balance. You start with like I have a friend of mine who started a company. He got $200,000 to start the company, and then his starting balance was basically $200,000, and from there, he billed on that amount. The amount is kind of like an investment. Like for this moving company, the $750,000 was investment to start the company. Okay, so companies do that. They start with a certain amount of money, and then they work it in a way that they use it for purchasing equipment or paying salaries or whatever. For the first few months, most companies, or first year, most companies end up with losing money. Okay, or making very little money. Until the company settles down, and then they start making good money. Okay, so continue. So here the starting balance for July is going to be the same as the ending balance for June. So I'm going to do equals and then put the reference cell. The cells that I'm referencing here, equals, which is F9. When I press enter, and I can match these two. Look at, and the idea is for it to make sense, is the same thing. Look at the same previous balances right here. See that? It's from the month before. Just doing this so you guys get the idea here. So we're going one back for the starting balance is the ending balance of the previous month. Do you see that? That's how we're doing it. Okay.
Okay, on the on B9.
B9.
I need to put that equal first.
Yeah, on all of them. When you're making a cell reference, you have to put the equal sign. So you're telling Excel this cell is going to be equals to whatever reference I'm using. So right here, I'm telling Excel, look at this cell is equals to whatever is on F9. Okay. So let me clear those arrows so that you don't get confused. But I just wanted to see how we're doing and how it's going back to the previous month. So right here is going to be equals to July starting balance plus incomes and minus expenses. 297. I'm just checking, make sure that I have it right, and I do have it right. And here is the same thing, so I'll just kind of like going repeating the steps.
Mr. Vázquez, voy
¿En qué número?
en julio.
¿Junio?
Julio.
Ok.
Pero no me salió uno aquí. O sea, en julio, por ejemplo, ending balance, voy a poner B10.
No. So ending balance is the ending balance for the previous month. So en junio va a poner F8.
No, en julio.
Julio va a ser F9. Porque F9 es este, mire. Es el ending balance de junio.
Ah, bueno, no, el F9 sí me salió bien. Lo que no me sale en julio es el ending balance.
Ok. So acuérdese que es equals B10 plus C10 and minus D10.
Ay, no sé qué hice mal.
Hágalo type otra vez. No sé. Lo que yo siempre hago cuando tengo un error, I just delete it and then type it again. I'm not gonna spend time trying to find where I made the mistake. I just do it again. Following, of course, following the patterns that I'm doing here, I just do it again. So for October, is same thing, equals the end of September, month of September. Hey, wait a minute, no. It's gonna be equals this one, September. Right here, equals Starting balance minus 3. Yeah, está bien. Todavía, so far we're good. I'm just making sure that we're still on it. Bueno, la compañía que ya empezó a perder dinero. So they're already in minus.
Ese es como, pues, como el balance del banco también, ¿verdad?
Sí, es
Como-
igual como el balance de uno en una cuenta de cheques, que empezamos bien bravos al primero del mes y al final del mes apenas andan ahí completando con nickels and dimes.
Ajá, sí.
Exacto, la misma cosa. Ok, esa por qué no salió. Aunque está durando ahí para hacerse. Ahí está. So the end is 546, 639. So yeah, minus 546, 639. Okay, so let me clear all these arrows. Just wanted you to see. So that should be it. The we haven't done anything with the net. The net is I'm gonna show you what the net is in a little bit. María, ¿qué tan adelantada va?
Ya lo terminé todo.
Ah, qué bueno, qué bueno.
Y yo lo hice diferente.
Ajá.
I followed the instructions in the rule and the book. You didn't, because they are telling us and the next step how to get the ending balance. So you did it ahead. It's the same amount, but it's a different step.
Okay. Yeah, because they're telling us. Uh-huh.
But it's, well, the answers are the same. But
Sí, porque aquí they're telling us to copy it, just to drag it down. But I didn't want to do it that way. I wanted to do it in a way that we understand where this money coming from. See, they want us to copy the formula to go down.
yeah, no, but see, to obtain the ending balance, they want us to add the starting balance in column B and then the net income, que todavía no la tenemos. That's the way I did it, like the book said.
Yeah, as I always say, there's many ways to accomplish a task.
Yeah, it is the same.
Because the net amounts is nothing but just income plus subtracting the expenses. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like what you have in your purse. Let's say you have $20. You buy something, whatever is left, that will be your net amount that you have. Basically, what we're gonna do here for the net amount. But I'm gonna wait till everybody's done with this. It's already 7:05. If you guys wanna take a quick break, as we're waiting for everybody else to complete.
Do we take a small break, Mr. Vasquez?
Huh?
Vamos a agarrar un break.
Yeah, we can take a little break. It's 7:05. If you guys want to take a few minutes break, go check on your kids or
Thank you.
the husband, the wife.
Ahora no tengo grandkids. A ver.
No está como, ¿cómo decía? De que la que decía la, no creo que no sé si era la Flor Silvestre, una de esas cantantes que decía que amaba a los nietos cuando llegaban, pero los amaba más cuando se iban. Así está ahorita, Lupita.
No, el baby más chiquito. Sorry. El baby más chiquito es el que llora. y se quiere y se, en vez se queda a dormir aquí.
Ujú.
Luego me dice, ay, grandma, I miss you.
What was your question, Jorge?
Está en la pura hielera, come y come fruta.
Mm,
Yeah, Mr. Vasquez, I have a question.
go ahead.
Yeah, do you think we can meet tomorrow so I can get the book?
Yeah, I'll text you the what. See, in the mornings I'm in classes. The thing.
Yeah.
What time is this? You can come.
Well, I'm awaiting 5 o'clock, so.
No, but I'm saying like around what time you can come to the house and just. I'm gonna leave it in the
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can come, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, long, if you leave it outside, I just pick it up.
That's how we're gonna do it.
Okay, so I'll show up in the morning, 7, 8 o'clock.
8 is good. It's a good time, I guess.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Are you gonna have like in a specific spot?
On the mailbox, I can put it in the mailbox. The mailbox is right in front of the house, in front of the door, by the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it along with a signing sheet so you can put your name there. Don't forget these books are the property of the school. They have to be returned at the end of the class. And that's what everybody did. Everybody signed the little form. So I'll leave the form outside. You just sign it and then take the textbook. See, they're not my book.
Okay, I'll text you back when.
They're from the adult school. They're meant to be used in the classroom, but since we don't have a classroom, the principal allow us to pass them out. So.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, no,
no sé si supiste que en Mexicali hubo una boda de 300 personas y 100 se infectaron.
Oh my God. Mi sobrina tuvo una quinceañera last week, and she kept, sending me messengers to the messenger que fuéramos. Le dije, mija, ahorita I'm not going nowhere right now.
Yeah.
So I told her that I wasn't going, because I had promised her that I was gonna go. But this is last year before we knew about this. I go, no, I'm not going right now. I'm a high risk person. I'm on the high risk. I'm on the high risk group. I'm 60 and diabetic, and I have high blood pressure. I mean, all these things that are, a red flag for me to be exposed. That's why I'm trying to keep,
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, tomorrow I'm in an appointment to get the flu shot. I haven't gotten it. I should have gotten it already. But bought me flu shot tomorrow. I have an appointment to
I think we're not too far.
Have you had it before?
I got it every year. I get it every year because my insurance is a really good insurance. They do a lot of preventive medicine. So they
Yeah, but I hear that once you use it, you have to keep using it every year.
Yeah, every year. And you still get sick, but you don't get it sick. I still get runny nose and maybe a little bit of coughing, but you don't get the full blown, flu. I just get, a little bit if I get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And easy enough to fight it with Vicks, a little bit of Vicks on your nose, and you can fight it. I can fight it that way because of the vaccine. It's really good. I mean, since I was 50, since I turned 50, my insurance started sending me these things to go and take it. Like every year, my insurance makes the appointment for me to go and get my physical yearly. And then I just went to an appointment for my eye doctor. They make it and they just tell me, okay, so day, it's an appointment for you to go see your eye doctor. So they check for glucose on my eyes.
Which insurance do you have?
I have through it's through work, you know. It's
Oh, it's a state company.
it's called Aetna,
And
Aetna Insurance. But it's really good because even when I was diagnosed with diabetes, they right away set me out with classes, and they have I had a coach for a year. My coach will call me and tell me, you know, and get my prescription for me, give me and monitor my sugar levels. They gave me like a meter that it was connected to them. So every time I check my you know, my blood, they will get a message, and based on that, it was like every 2 weeks they will call me and review the numbers with me. And after a year, you know, I basically did a couple of about 3 weeks ago they called me and said that's it,
you don't
that
you
I
don't
was
take
done with the
walks.
program. I completed the program because I've been able to keep my levels very low, so I'm fine. You know, I no longer in the program. They no longer monitor my blood levels. Only my family doctor. But I had like a doctor and a nurse that will be monitoring for a whole year. So that was really nice. That was really nice that I had that. I learned a lot, and that's the reason why I've been able to to control this thing. No se me va a quitar. I'm always gonna have it, but I have it well controlled. With when I started, my sugar levels were like 270, 300, and I haven't had one of those in years. You know, now it's every morning is like 100, 101. This morning was 105. So it's not it's practically normal. Anything below 130 is normal. So I'm good. I brought it down to normal levels.
You're on a diet, really hard diet?
Not on a diet precisely, but eating healthy. It's not a diet. They call it healthy eating. Like I don't, you know, I don't eat. Well, first of all, I don't take no sugars whatsoever. Cut down on all the carbohydrates, and that's what it turns into sugar. And I used to drink beer. I quit that too. Así de la noche a la mañana, like that's it, never again. And then what else? I cut down on red meats. And every meal I have to have vegetables, any kinds of vegetables and fruits. So it's just that, you know, not really a diet that per se that I'm measuring how much I'm gonna eat. No, I just eat healthy. You know, just try to eat healthy in the morning. Instead of 2 eggs and a bunch of tortillas, maybe 1 egg and a tortilla and one tortilla. You know, cutting down on the stuff. Because how you know how it is, you know, with us Mexicans, I love to eat. That's why the reason I gained so much weight. But yeah, no, it's just cutting down and stuff. And I do ride my bicycle.
I can cut everything, but not the tortillas.
No, I didn't cut them all complete. But no, you know what? The harina, yo no he probado una tortilla de harina in a year or so.
No, I don't eat the harina because
no, the harina, they're really bad for you. Dicen en México, córtale las 3 P's: pan, pasta, y papas. So I have cut down a little bit on all that stuff. You know, no pan whatsoever.
Especially on the north part of Mexico, they use a lot of flour tortillas.
Yeah, in Sonora, my
not in the middle, not in the south, but on the north part,
my family,
a lot of flour tortillas. They're good. But
yeah, my family, they're from Sonora, so we all eat tortillas de harina. We grew up eating tortillas de harina.
Yeah, I know.
So I completely stopped. I don't even, I don't buy them as much. I buy them because my wife and my kids, they love tortillas de harina. I don't no more. I don't eat them. I try to eat nothing but tortillas de maíz, and only 3 the most, 2 maybe, you know. I try to cut down on that too. So it's hard, but it's not really a diet. It's just healthy eating. Plus, we had a class years ago. Was it 2 years ago? At the adult school, it was called it was a healthy eating class, really nice, where I learned a lot, and from there I started to kind of like monitoring what I'm eating. Of course, every once in a while you break the rules, but it's okay. You don't feel as bad, as doing it all the time.
How about the carnitas?
Pues sabe que el puerco es, as a matter of fact, pork is más healthy que la beef. que la de res.
Really?
Ajá, sí. Pork dicen que lo recomiendan más que la de res. ¿Verdad? El puerco es todavía más, tiene menos, afecta menos que la de carne de res. But I do eat fish, you know, yo compro el salmón, en veces me hago así, desayuno un huevo con un pedazo de salmón, so, you know, I buy a lot of fish. Ujú. Pero sí, es cortándole a la cosa. Pues yo cuando empecé todo esto, yo pesaba como unos 310 pounds. I'm down to 240, around 240. So I have lost, you know, a big chunk in a year and a half that I started this thing. So, pero así nomás, ¿verdad? And I think a lot has to do with the exercise. Exercise is really important. And I ride my bike, as I told you, riding the bike was the hardest thing I ever done. First, I will go around the corner and I'll come back all sweaty and cansado and like, this is crazy. And I couldn't do it. And now I can do 20 miles como si nada. Bien fácil. Me arranco de aquí donde vivo, on Miles Avenue. I go all the way down to Thermal and then come back. And it's about 20 miles. A veces cuando lo doy para ese lado, cuando lo doy para ese otro lado, me voy por toda la Monroe hasta que se acaba y luego I come back on the what is it? La que está allá pegada al cerro. And then I come down to Jackson and then take all the back roads and it's another 20 miles. So I can do 20 miles como si nada. And antes eso era like imposible. I'm planning, as a matter of fact, I'm planning to ride my bicycle all the way down to Mexicali.
Oh,
That would be 100 miles. So I'm planning to do it. Maybe I was thinking in December, but with COVID, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till next year. But it's one of my plans to do it.
that's good. Exercising.
Sí, porque cuando vivía en Catedral, I would go all the way down to Palm Springs, and it was usually 25 miles, y como si nada lo hacía. Pero it took me a while. No lo hice de la noche a la mañana. It took me months to get to that point. It's like everything. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Same thing on this. Y eso me ha ayudado a bajar mi high blood pressure. That's another thing que ya tengo controlado también. Because before it used to be always 160, 140. Ahora son 120, which is normal. 120,
Oh, that's
130.
perfect.
Sí, no,
I
ese es el ejercicio. Me ha ayudado.
Qué bueno.
Okay, so we're ready to continue? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so let's let me tell you how we can get the net here, okay? It says for the net, and it's true, you know, Maria was right. I didn't follow the textbook because I found it that it was I thought it would be easier this way. But anyway, let me show you how we can obtain the net. The net is nothing but subtracting the expenses from the income. All right, so this is how we're gonna do the net. For the first one, let me expand my column so you guys see me how I do it. It will be equals. So what is the incomes? This right here. And what is the expense? Minus this right here. So on the first one, it will be equal C4 minus D4. Let me make sure that is the correct amount that I'm gonna get there. So 53,830, exactly. All right, so that's how it's done. And one thing, look, if you notice right here, the way Maria did it was to do the 750,000 minus whatever was here. It will give you the same amount that I have right here.
Yeah.
So that, you know, either way you can do it that way.
Can you show us the formula again, Mr. Vasquez?
Yeah. It's just we're adding, on this formula, we're adding the income and then subtracting the expense.
Okay, equals C4 minus D4.
And this one we can just drag the formula down, so it'll be easier to do it.
Drag it.
Drag it down, and Yeah, it's correctly. It's all the same. So let me do it again. So on this one, the formula for this is just we
Income
put the
minus.
income minus the expenses,
Yeah.
and then I say you can copy it to all the way down to E15. Okay. And see the way the textbook does this formula is different. They just put this right here. Let me just show you. Don't change yours. Yours is fine. See, I put that and I put plus this. I should have the same. See, 696, 170. So this way, it's kind of like the same thing. I just did it kind of like using the balance and then taking out the income and the expenses. This way is just taking out the net, the difference between the two. Okay, but either way is the same. It's the same. You come to the same result.
The same ending balance, yes.
Uh-huh. And on this one, we just copy the formula. And why in the textbook you notice that it has a parenthesis for the negative numbers? Because it's accounting. In accounting, we use parentheses to show the negative amounts. Okay, and that's we're gonna change all this when we do the formatting. Right now, we're just getting first the figures for each one. Okay. Mm-hmm.
En la February, can you show us the formula again, please?
For the starting balance or the ending balance.
The net, huh.
Haga nomás el del primero y then copia Lupita.
Oh, yes,
Esta sí la podemos copiar. Esta es to copy it.
yes.
Just drag the little thing all the way down to 15 and it did it automatically. But it's the same thing. Look at C5 minus D5. So we're adding the incomes and subtracting the expenses from the income. Subtracting the expenses from the income.
Just a minute. Oh, can you put the formula on February, please? Same thing. We're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, just drag the copy it, Lupita. Copy the formula all the way down.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Como similar messes the same way.
Easy.
Yeah, that'll make it easy because we already did the hard one. The hard part we did already, and what I like about this is that we understand where the numbers are coming from.
Yay! I got it.
Starting balance. See, okay. All right, on the range B16 to B18. B16 and B18. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do next. So that will complete F1. Copy the range F5 to F15. Okay, so we're done with a 6. So we now starting on the 7. B16 to B18. We're gonna use the average, the max, and the minimum functions to determine the average value, highest value, and lowest value on the range B4 and B15. Okay. Copy the range B16 to B18 all the way down to C16 and F18. So this is what we need to do first, get the average. Okay, so remember that there are many ways to do it. We can do it like this, look at by going to the function, make sure you click on average first, go into the function button right here, and selecting the average. Okay, we can type it too. Either way is the same thing. But we definitely need to highlight all these months right here. All the 12 months. So it's B4 to B15. We close the parentheses and that will be the result, okay, for the average.
Okay.
Or you can type it. Either way is the same thing. Of course, it's easier just to use the function to get the formula there. When I press this equals average before colon B15, close the parentheses, press enter, and you should have 354 something. 354, 434, and here it has a 0.2, but once we convert it to numbers, it's going to be 17, just like the textbook, okay? So let me show the formula again. Okay. And one of the nice things about the functions is if you remember, you can just type it, look at. So for the next one, for the highest, I remember that it's equals, and the highest is called the max, no? I can type in myself max. So you hear it, look, as soon as I start typing it, it came up, see, max? What happened here? No me la agarró, max. Okay, there it is. And then I put the parentheses. I can just type it manually and then put the cells, which are the same cells. B4, I can just type into B4, colon, and then the last one is B15. Close the parentheses, enter, and nothing came up. What happened here? Let me see, B4 to B15. Hey, no le gustó the word max. Maybe I have to put it all in all caps. No le gustó. There it is. Yeah, wait a minute. Is that the correct command? Yeah. No le gustó que puse max with lowercase. He wanted it uppercase. So.
Oh, okay.
Medio delicada, but that's how it works. So the next one is the same thing, minimum, min. So it got to be all caps, I guess, min, parentheses. See, I can just drag this if I want to, and then we'll do it automatically, see? And then close the parentheses. So whichever is easiest, I said before, one of the nice things about Excel, there's tons of ways to do these things. There are different ways to come up to the same results, okay? Which is better? Whichever works, okay? As long as you get the correct amount, is fine. All right, so these are the same ones, average, highest, and lowest. And they want us to copy this. And remember, we can highlight all three and then just drag them all the way down to, they want us to copy them all the way down to F18. So we're just gonna drag them all the way down to F18, see? I'm gonna let go. And now I have the amounts for all of them. And I'm checking just to make sure 546, 639, the last one, perfecto. And then 246, 380, 92. I don't see the 2 because I need to format the numbers. 696, 170, perfect. So all my figures are correct. That will complete step 7.
I'm gonna check mine.
Just kind of compare the figures.
Yeah.
I'll give you a couple of minutes to complete the. This is really nice because it has so much so many steps to complete.
Mr. Vázquez, no mire, lo demás lo hizo drag nada más.
Sí, just drag it. Hicimos this 3 first, and we just drag this button here.
Oh, you did it all together.
Yeah, so hagan los 3. We can do all 3 at the same time, and then just drag it.
I did it one by one.
Yeah, no, drag them all. Just highlight them and then drag them all.
Then enter?
No, automatically se ponen. No need for enter.
It's not showing on mine.
Okay, so you have the formula for the first one, the second one, and the third one? When we're doing formulas, like if I leave it like that, I have to press enter. If I'm in the middle of the formula. But once I do that, I can highlight them and then drag this little box here.
So if we don't type the formula, you don't gonna add it?
No, you have to like, let me delete this. So once we have the formula, look at, we got the formula there, the formula here, and the formula down there. Once we have the first 3 formulas, they want us to copy the formulas all the way down to F18. And we just copy them by highlighting it like that, by dragging the little The little square on the bottom of the right-hand corner. Just drag them and then it'll come out. But we must have these formulas first in order to copy them.
Is there a way that you can type the 3 formulas and leave it on?
To show the formulas all the time?
Yeah.
Not on this version. I noticed that only if you double click, it will show the formulas.
Okay.
But on the regular Excel, there's a way that you can press Control and then a little key, and then it shows all the formulas. But this version, the online version, doesn't have that. So the only way you can see the formulas is by double clicking. See, if I double click, I see the formulas. See, only by double clicking on it. All right, for step number 8, then is when we're ready to format the whole thing. Format the worksheet. Okay, this what we did right now is the hardest part. So you figure out, you know, the balances and all that. Once you're done with that, we're ready to make the worksheet more presentable. Let me zoom out at this point. Go back to 160 so you guys see my whole sheet here. So they want us to start by doing always the same thing. The title, we have to merge and center it. So as you guys remember, we highlight them right here. You can only do one at a time. That's one thing. And it tells you right here on the step, it says one at a time, merge and center the worksheet title and subtitle across columns A through F. So I'm going to do that, merge and center. Same thing for this one. Merge and center.
Do we click first merge and center?
Yeah, no, first highlight it and then do merge and center second. First highlight the cells from A1 to F1, and then from A2 to F2. So now look at what it does. It makes a whole, the thing about merge and center, it merges meaning that it makes one single cell from all that, from the A1 all the way to the F1, it puts them all together into one single box. Same thing for the subtitle, and it says to highlight both, and then to look for a background. It says change the background color to tan, ascend 2. It says column 6, row 1. Let's see. Column C, row 1. Column C. Column C. Column 6. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's not 10.
Yeah, it's not. I didn't.
Yeah. You can use, you know, for this, the color they have is kind of like this one. Like the gold. I don't think we have tan at all. Yeah, we don't have tan. We can use the gold. The gold, it looks similar to the one on the screen. So
How do you highlight it?
just once you've merged them, you just click and then go down to the second one.
Okay.
So because the one, the two, the same color. So let's use the gold. Ascent. They want us to do ascent 2. Ascent 2 is kind of too light. Let me see. Ascent 4 is kind of like, what percentage? Okay, they don't have percentage. So we can do, you know, I'm going to do the 40%. That looks good. See that? Go 40% I did on that one. And I'm looking at the one on the thing. It looks kind of like similar. It's not quite the same, but it's good enough. And then we're going to apply the side. That's the first thing we will need to do. Maybe we can find, look, let me see if we can find here on the cell styles. Maybe this is what they're talking about. No, same thing, tan. They don't have tan tampoco. No, that's fine. That's good. 40% ascent 4 is what I use, I think. I know I use 60%. So we can do it on the cell styles too. Look at it. It's kind of like the same thing as doing it here. And once we do that, they want us to now do the title style for the says apply the title style to the cells A1 and D2 and A2. So we're going to highlight it, go to the cell styles, and apply the title right here. So it's going to make the text really huge. Look at there it is. Okay, so see, notice how it went big when I went to cell styles and I used the title style.
You highlight both, 1 and 2?
Yeah, they want us to use both, and then we're going to modify the size on the title only. So they want the title to be, just going to click. Once you make the title style for both, then the title by itself, where it says International Moving Company, they want us to make sure that we put it at 26 points. So 26. So it's going to be more bigger now. Look at that. That's 26 points right there. And then it says to bold both of them. So the B right here for bold.
Both?
They want both to be bold. Both on both of them, we're gonna use the title style right here. Title style on both. But the title by itself, they want it to be 26 points. So it's gonna be way bigger. See that?
26.
26 points it says here. And bold, we're gonna bold both of them. So B for bold, there it is, see?
And the other, oh, okay. I got it.
And then they want us to do the thick outside border around the range. The whole thing, we're gonna put a border around it now. And remember that the borders are right here, look at right here next to the little paint bucket. And if you hover, it will tell you when they're, see outside borders, this is thick outside border, that's what they want? Yeah, thick outside border, so it's this one. Thick outside border, see? And you can see it unless I click away from it. See the border? Thick border now around it. Okay, so there you have it. So again, this one is going to be 26, and then we'll highlight a 2, and we apply the bold to both of them, and then the border, the thick outside border. And that completes step 8. Okay. You notice our text doesn't look like the text right there? Because they're using a different font. If you want to be technical, you can find a good font that looks like that one, but you know, como este, Cambria. Cambria looks kind of like the one they're showing there. See, when I click away, notice how it looks now more like the one they're showing, but there's no need to do this, you know. But here we got a different types of fonts that we can use, okay. I will leave it just to calibrate the one I had before. Those are minor details. We're not gonna, no need to spend time on that. Now look at, everybody done with this part?
Yes.
So remember, we applied the title style to both, and then we added the border to both also, and bolded. And that completes number 8. So for number 9, it says center the titles on row 3, all these titles. They want us to center them and apply the heading style number 2. And also make them italize or italics and then bold. No, not that one, sorry. No, my cell style heading 2. So we're gonna center them right here. So we'll put them all in the center of the cell, and then the style they want us to do the heading number 2. Okay, heading number 2. All right. So heading number 2, and then center. No, the one they want us to make italics is this right here. Look at. this italics and bold. It says A3 to F3. So wait a minute, A3 to F3. I'm sorry, this A3. No, italize the bold and row titles of A16 to A18. I'm sorry, this right here. So this three, the average highs and lows are gonna be bold. No, I'm sorry. They're gonna
Italic
be italics and what else?
and bold.
And bold. So bold and italics. So B and I. So you notice italics is kind of like a slanted,
Uh-huh.
and bold is a little darker. And like when we used to do when we were in school, that you know write the letter and go over it a couple of times to bold it to make it darker.
Right?
Mhm.
Bold. Yes.
Okay, so now they want us to look at draw a thick outside border around the range A16 to F18. So look, let me show you. So we're gonna highlight this, all this right here. So A16 to F18, and we're gonna draw the thick border again around it. So we're gonna go right here, thick outside border. So I'm gonna click on it. Then I click away, and I see the border around it.
Mhm.
Okay. And then the only thing they want us to do for this cell right here, let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys see more on my screen. This cell right here, which is F18, go to cell F18, and there's a specific cell they want us to use the same colors apply to the title, which is, you can use this right here. Notice how it's still yellow right here or gold. All I have to do is just click on it and it will apply. See that? Because I still had it. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about. See right here? Notice that it still has the color that I used before. So all I have to do at this point is click and it will apply the same color I have at the top. It's going to apply it right here. So the same color that you see right here is applied right here. Now, if you don't have it, just click on it so you can find it. I think I used the gold. Let me show you. This gold right here, 60%. So
I don't have that one for some reason.
it's okay. Then click it and then find it. But it should match. The idea is that it matches this. See, it matches the one in the title. So let me zoom out a little bit. See, it matches the one that we have right here on this. My screen is too small, so that's why I have to do it this way. But it matches the same thing. And that will complete step 10. We got 50 minutes to complete the whole thing. This is really nice because it has so many steps. Now we're ready to start changing the height and the width. Okay, for the zoom out a little bit here. So this is how your worksheet should look at this point, okay? So for number 11 says change the row heights from 3 for row 3. So this, we're gonna change the height for row 3 from to 40 points. All right, so if I click right here, look at in between the two, it says right now it's at 34 points. Remember, I can just right click and go row height. And there's a little window that is gonna come up and I can just type it here. I can do it that way. Sorry, let me cancel this. I can just right click, row height. Then I don't have to mess around with the height right here. I can just click on the number 3 and then right click on it and then go row height. And the little window is gonna come up and I can just type it. That makes it easier. See what I'm saying? Then you go okay. And it just got a little wider, a little taller. So I changed from
you just right click number 3?
Yeah, just bring the mouse to number 3, right click on it, and then go row height. That's the menu. When you right click, this little menu is gonna come up. You click on row height, and then this little window is gonna come up. Just put 42. And then click OK. That's easier, faster, and better. Because if you try doing it this way, the way that book was telling us the other day to do it, it's a pain. It's hard. It's hard to do it that way. So 42 points for 3. And for 16, look at the same thing. We're going to go row height for 16. And then we're going to type, in this case, they want us to do 33 points. 33. I press enter. And then, no, enter doesn't work. You have to click OK. So OK. And see, notice how the average now is bigger. And if you look on the text, it matches the size of the text, the textbook. So
Again,
see,
row
so,
height.
yeah, so 16, you right click and you go row height. And then there's a little window that comes up and put 33.
Row height, how many?
For
Row height.
For 16, yeah, for 16 is 33, and for row 3 is 42.
36?
No, 33 for 16 and 42 for 3. So it's two different numbers, okay?
Okay. I got it.
That completes 11. We still need to do the numbers. Remember, the numbers is the one that is going to make the thing look better. So for number 12 says, assign the accounting number format to the range B4 to F4. Because remember, I always tell you that the first amount of numbers, they need to be accounting format. So I'm going to go to the numbers right here. Highlight first from B4 all the way down to F4. So B4 to F4, we're going to assign the style format of the accounting number. So right here, accounting. There it is. Notice that my incomes don't show that good, so I'm just going to kind of like stretch it a little bit so I can see all the numbers. See that? I can stretch it more so you guys can see it. Can see them all. Just stretching them out so you guys see. Notice how the accounting number turned the negative number into a parenthesis, because that's accounting. All right. And then it says for the next one, we're going to use a comma style for B5 to F15. So B5 right here and F15. All these are going to have the comma style. So I just come right here and click on the comma style. Do you see that? So the parentheses that we saw in the textbook, they're showing here now. Because in accounting, when we're writing figures like this, negative numbers are written in parentheses. Sometimes they're written in red also, okay? But parentheses, it means in accounting that it's a negative number. I'm going to stretch them out a little bit so you guys see my numbers better. There you go. So and then they want us to put the dollar sign on B16 to F18. So this section right here, they want us to add the dollar sign, but you know what? It's going to look slightly different. So we can do the accounting also for this. So if I go right here and I go accounting, where's the accounting number? There you go. And I'm checking the textbook and they look similar. So the accounting for the bottom too. Yeah, well, they have the, no, actually it's different. You know what? They want the dollar sign next to it.
The symbols together with the number.
Yeah. Well, let me see if it would do it. So I have to change the accounting number to general number and then go to dollar sign.
For a number?
Yeah, no, it doesn't change for some reason. Still does have a currency. Okay, we have to do currency. If you wanted to show exactly like the textbook, you have to do currency. But look at what happens when I do currency. The negative numbers don't change to the... Oh yeah, that's how they have them correctly. Okay, that's how they want it. Okay, for this section right here, class, let's do the currency. See right here, currency. Right before the accounting, currency. And it will do the exactly that like the textbook shows. the negative numbers instead of the parentheses, like in accounting.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how they want it. So that will complete step 11, 12. So now we need to do rename the tab, the sheet tab, from sheet 1 right here, sheet 1, to we're gonna name it financing needs. And how we do that? We can either double click or right click and rename. So bring the mouse, right click, rename, or just double click really fast. Look at, if I click twice, it brings me that rename window.
On the top?
On the tab, yeah. You can double click on the tab and it brings that rename window. We're gonna rename it financing needs. So let me just type it here, financing needs. Oops, I have my caps lock. I'm sorry about that. Financing needs. So, okay. And they probably want us to change the color to apply orange color from the standard colors. So we're gonna right click, and then this time we will tab color. They want us to apply the orange standard color.
Okay.
And see, notice how it kind of like matches the colors that we use for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Wow, that is all right. Look at everybody good? Everybody done with changing the tab color and name? We're all good. So look at all the things we did. This is a pretty good assignment because it compiles everything that we have learned on the module, on how to organize a worksheet, how to do formulas, and how to come up with the figures necessary to complete the worksheet. One of the things, the thing they want us to do, look at, is we look to this company, this is kind of like a balance sheet, financing needs. What needs do they have? If you look at, they started with $750,000 in enero, and look at what they have in December. They're broke. They're negative $546,000. So what is that telling you? Whoever's running this company, they need to get somebody else to run the company. What is the problem here? But just analyzing that, what do you think was the problem with this company?
Expensive.
Yeah, they gastan demasiado en expenses. They just look at the expenses. For the first month, the expenses were higher than the money they were bringing in. And it happens a lot with companies, especially companies that are run the wrong way. You know, let's say the owners start spending all this kind of money that they're not making. They're bringing in some money, but they're spending more than they're bringing in. And it happens also in our home finances. You know, if we're spending more than we're earning a month, then there's a problem. We have negative numbers at the end of the month. Okay, and that's what happened with this company. At the end of the year, they're basically on the hole. They lost the $750,000 in starting balance, plus they now on the hole with $500,000 now on the red. So this is a really bad company. They need to reduce their expenses, big time. Okay. And their incomes are fine. You know, they're making $1 million a month. That's pretty good income. But they're spending $1 million, also over $1 million a month. So their expenses will be the problem if we analyze this information that was just presented to us. They need to reduce their expenses. And how do you do that? You limit, you know, in companies, how can a company reduce their expenses if you think about it? What would be one thing that a company can do to reduce expenses? Anybody? No? How about reduce working hours for employees? That would be one thing, but then who's gonna do the job? So that wouldn't be the proper thing. So how would you recommend? Because they want us to analyze this.
I think owner has to stop going on vacation.
Que paren de ir al casino.
Yeah. No more casino.
No more casino, no more parties. I had a friend of mine years ago. He lived in not Redlands, but it's Bloomington in that area, you know, by San Bernardino. Bloomington is just up ahead from San Bernardino. And this guy was making so much money. He designed those counters, you know, that the counters for stainless steel counters for big companies. He got contracts from McDonald's, from Denny's, you know, those restaurants, and he will design them and make the counters for those companies. And when those companies, this is back in the late 80s and early 90s, and when the companies opened up in Russia and Mexico, when they first opened, you know, a Denny's or a McDonald's and in Mexico, his company went and set up those counters for those places. So he traveled to almost China, everywhere in the world that has a McDonald's, Paris, you know, all those places. He's the one who designed and put those counters in. He was making a killing, but at the end he was losing more money because he would throw these huge parties at his house, and he owned houses everywhere. He started just going a little crazy on expenditures. He was spending too much money. And I remember at the time I went to one of his parties. It was like you were like in one of those celebrity parties. He'll have a mariachi, a band, and you name it, all kinds, and wasting so much money on those things. And I was asking, hey, how much was this party? You know, just no, he will spend like let's say $200,000 on a party like nothing, you know, and he will have these parties every month. So his expenses were more than he was bringing in at one point. I don't know how. Then I heard one time, because I lost contact with him, that he was losing a bunch of his houses. So I figured that he was doing the same thing, you know, spending too much money. So that's one of the problems in this company. Expenses is something that you must reduce in order. It's the same thing in our finances, you know, as normal public, you know, like you and I, we need to reduce our expenses. And right now with COVID-19, the fact that we don't go out that much, I don't know if you noticed that you have more money now because you're not going out to eat, you're not going out to do things, to the movies, or, you know, all these things that we're saving money in a sense. So,
Yeah.
at least it's working out for me. I don't know if it's working out for you. I'm saving more money now that I don't go out and spend, you know, on food and all that. And extra, you know, eating out is what actually is expensive.
Yep.
Que está uno un poquito más calmado porque no anda apurado en la mañana yéndose y
It's true, that's true, yeah. And I'm saving in gas because I don't have to drive to work. So,
más al mandado y lo necesario.
yeah. So it is, we're reducing our expenses. I noticed that too. All right, for this one, look at, we're going to rename it. Let me show you how we're going to name it. So right now it's called Book 5. So we can just click right here and delete Book 5 and put the new name. The name they want us to type right here is
Lab.
Understand what by that
Number 15. Number
okay.
15.
And 15 is lab. So we're gonna put the word lab 2-2, and it's called International Moving Company Report. See, you present this report, and whoever is running this company is gonna get fired because they're losing so much money. Está not to be political, but está como el presidente Trump. His dad gave him,
I was gonna say exactly that.
he gave him a couple of $1 million and he se fue bankrupt right away. We gave him a small loan of a couple of $1 million. Okay, so it's already saved. As soon as I press enter or click away from it, it saves in real time. Now, if I want to put it in my folder to be more organized, I can save a copy of this in my folder by going to File, Save As, and then Save As again. And then it's going to give me a list of my folders. If you have folders, it'll give you a list of your folders. You can create a folder if you want to, if you don't have a folder. I have a Microsoft Office folder here. I can double click on it, And then I have folders for Excel, Access, PowerPoint, and Word. So I'm gonna save it on my Excel. Save. Okay, and it has the name automatically. I click save. See, the same way, this way and this other way, it's kind of like similar. The difference is this one is gonna go to just to my drive without being organized. And when I go directly to my folder, it goes to my folder inside my drive inside my folder. So there's two ways to save this thing. Okay. You notice that it reset back also to the way it was. Don't forget to share with me. This is really nice, everybody. We did really good on this. So there's a button here that says share.
I have a mistake. I'm gonna fix it and then I can send you to you.
That's fine. Correct any mistakes. Look at the amounts and match them. Put my email is PVA Pablo Vasquez, 59, the year I was born. I think it's Outlook.
Yeah. If we sent it to you before, right away, as soon as I put PAV, right away it gives
In
me.
my case, look at it, not even coming up. That's okay. Here,
Not even mine. Until I almost finished is when they show.
Yo nomás pongo PAV.
Yeah, no, see, it used to do it on mine, but now ya no le gusté. It doesn't do it no more. So send me a copy. Here's my email.
Ya se la mandé yo, Mr. Vasquez.
And then send, and don't forget I get it automatically. So this is really nice. We did so much on this assignment. I like it.
It's nice.
We still have this Thursday where I have the test. I went to the company website and I requested a test for the unit. So I have the test. And on Thursday we can do a review because this is, if you notice, this is the last one. There's one that says consider your turn. This is your turn. And it's internet service summary. We'll do this really quick. We'll do the test first, and then we'll do this next. Okay.
Okay.
And then we'll be done with unit number 2. That is so good. We're almost done with Excel. Look at.
Mr. Vasquez, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's PAV 59 at?
No, PAVAS, like the first 2 letters of my name, Pablo, and then Vas for Vasquez. So
okay,
at outlook.com. See, somehow it doesn't come up automatically. I have to type the whole thing. PAVAS 59.
¿Se acuerdan que en the month of May, I asked you if the numbers are right and you told me leave it like that, and they don't show me the same amount in the other ones.
Okay, compare them to the,
I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah, compare them to the textbook. Make sure they match.
Okay, thank you.
No, you're welcome, Lupita. So there it is, Pavas59 at outlook.com.
Okay.
All right, and this is really nice. And that's pretty much, we're done for the day. Thank you very much. And Jorge, you text me when you're coming, so that way I'll leave it outside for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
See you guys tomorrow, Thursday.
Thank you,
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez.
Thank you, Mr. Vasquez, and
Thank you very much.
Buenas noches.
Thursday. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good
Lupita.
night. Thank you, Mr. Vasquez.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Vasquez.
Good night. So we're going at
1.
3. Now is it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.